issues, bring you different perspectives from different analysts. Sometimes they join us here physically, sometimes they join us virtually, but the idea is to give us an angle to the conversation so we have a logical comprehension to what is being discussed. My name is Esther Mwachuku, and we do this audio visual. So if you're joining us for the very first time, we do this from 7 to 9 p.m. and we also try to synergize with other applications through which you can enjoy the program beyond listening on the frequency at 90.3 FM. So go to your YouTube application, either on your iOS or Android device, type 903 FM, VOP 903 FM, and voila, you will see us streaming live there. You may be confused by seeing other contents, but don't be worried. Don't bother yourself. You just see the live link there, which is indicating red. It means that we're live. So you see today's content right now as we are on air. So I officially welcome you. A lot actually took place today, but basically all the arena is basically happy birthday Nigeria, happy Independence Day to Nigeria. One of the good things to note is that the federal government and Dangote and Pengassin, they've resolved their imbroglio. So they have called off the strike, but Pengassin warned Dangote. They warned him and say, you better be very careful. We will not tolerate you putting us in a box, whatever. Otherwise, this is your final take. That means that the NLC proposed strike that was supposed to commence because of the situation with Pengassin may actually be cancelled. So they have brokered peace between Dangote Refinery and Pengassin. So congratulations to the federal government for having to wade into that, because the economic clapback would not be funny. Would not be funny to anybody at all. Meanwhile, the the embassy has assured Nigerians of continued services amid U.S. shutdown. So there's a situation with the United States Embassy, but they reassured Nigerians that its visa and passport services will not be disrupted despite the ongoing partial shutdown of the U.S. government. The clarification came today after widespread concerns that the shutdown in Washington could affect student travel plans via visa appointments and other consular services in Nigeria. So do not panic. They have assured that maybe they're just trying to do an upgrade or something, but nothing to be worried about. Now, Peterobi has slammed APC over debts, poverty, extravagance in Independence Day message. Peterobi was in Lagos, I think yesterday, at the Trade Fair Center, where he went to inspect the buildings that were demolished by the Lagos state government. And according to what Peterobi said, he said that nothing was actually wrong with those buildings. The buildings that were approved, they had all their certified documents, there was no communication, whatever. So Peterobi called it an injustice and said that it was a malicious exercise from the government of the day. But the government of the day pushed back and said that Peterobi is misinforming the public, that they had asked the people who own those buildings to come up with their documents so that they could be upgraded, they could be updated to regularize it, but they refused. And on several occasions they have extended messages to them to come and regularize their documentations, but that they refused. So it is within their ambit to ensure that things are done properly and there's a proper organization. But again, we already know the politics behind it, so that's it. There have been talks concerning that. Now, Peterobi has used his Independence Day message to launch a blistering critique of the ruling All Progressives Congress, accusing the government of plunging Nigerians deeper into poverty while indulging in wasteful spending. In a statement on his Facebook page today, marking Nigeria's 65th independence anniversary, Obi said the country had been reduced from a continental leader to one of the most terrorized and unsafe nations in the world due to failed hardship. And obviously, Nasir Al-Rufai as well spoke on Nigeria's Independence Day, calling for harmonization, unity, and calling on INEC. He's saying that true federalism needs to be practiced, otherwise Nigeria will not move forward, and calling on all Nigerians to understand the benefits of true federalism. So the big question that a lot of Nigerians have been asking ever since we've been having programs on this platform today is, are we truly independent? Is our economy independent? Is our polity independent? Is Nigeria's developmental welfare and structure independent? If we does Nigeria understands the word independence? There's a lot actually to be understood by the word independent. So in all ramifications, in all sectors that makes Nigeria as a government, as a country viable, are we truly independent with the way things are done? Do we have an independent judiciary? Do we have an independent electoral system? That's the big question. Do we have an independent economic sector? It's a very important question question for us to look into. The only sector that seems to be independent is the executive, because they can make rules and regulations, decide to do what they want to do, and use their whims and caprices to make whatever decisions they want to make, regardless of how it affects Nigerians. So, are the vital sectors actually independent? Is our legislature independent? These are the questions that a lot of Nigerians have been asking on all the programs that we've had on this platform. And I would like to know from you as well, if there's been a better upgrade in how things are being done in this country, and if we have, in one way or the other, shown any form of independence in how activities are carried out in this part of the world. All right. Meanwhile, IPOB is blowing hot, and they're calling out President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for him conscribing, or rather proscribing IPOB. So this is what they said. They declared that it was not comparable to extremist groups such as Boko Haram or Islamic State of West Africa Province. They stated categorically that IPOB is not Boko Haram, they're not ISWAP, they're not Al-Qaeda, and they are people struggling for survival in the face of state-sponsored genocide. They said their leader, Nnamdi Kanu, is being illegally held within the DSS custody, and that if the president truly believes in justice, let him obey the courts and instead of propagating lies. They are also calling on the international community to take note, warning that efforts to criminalize an entire nation of Igbo people through the backdoor state propaganda will fail. He also went ahead to say that what the president did was not good, it was wicked and divisive. According to him, he said, for example, and this statement was made through Ima Powerful, the spokesperson for IPOB. He actually called the attention of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on some of the phrases that he used in his live broadcast messages. He said that the president deliberately misrepresented the activities of IPOB by tagging it a terrorist organization, and this was based on the president's address earlier this morning when he was addressing the nation. The president identified IPOB and its armed wing, the Eastern Security Network, as the groups responsible for terror activities in the southeast Nigeria, and the president said the Nigerian military, the Nigerian defense, was actually working in routing them out, while he was praising our security arm of having to possibly prevail over insecurity. And that was what the president mentioned IPOB. We're going to be talking about this just for a bit. I will open the phone lines very early because I know we actually have a lot to discuss during the world news, during the evening rush today. We want to look into these issues as best as possible. Now, the ADC is saying that Peterobi and Atiku Abubakar may actually risk their presidential desire, their presidential ambition, because they have not picked up a membership card. Now, there are talks about, there's a quagmire actually about Peterobi and the political party. Others feel that Atiku Abubakar has been flattened the ticket, flying out like he is a presidential candidate of the ADC. Labour Party, they complained, is dead supposedly, with the persons of Araba B, Lamidi Akpakwa, and Julius Saburi. Even if the INEC no longer recognizes Julius Saburi, the court says Julius Saburi should not parade himself. You still have Araba B there. These are persons they complain will continue to derail the party. So the kind of momentum and adrenaline rush that the Labour Party has is no longer there. Now, which other political party will Peterobi adapt? Although he said he will be mentioning the political party he will run with in November, but this is October already, and the ADC seems like it's going for Atiku. Most meetings that have been held recently have been held without Peterobi in it. The last time, though, he was in the United States, but we haven't really seen them together lately. So while consultations are ongoing, we're hearing that Jonathan is back in the picture, fully in the picture. So if that is the case, will Peterobi actually run for 2027? And others feel that if Peterobi doesn't run in 2027, then that's it for him. The momentum, the followership he has, he may actually lose it. We really don't know precisely what is on ground, but the ADC is giving Atiku and Peterobi an ultimatum to, as much as possible, decide to join their party, otherwise they will not be considered as members of the party anymore. And if that is the case, we don't know what other political party that these individuals intend to work with. Maybe the ADA, maybe, just maybe. All right, interesting, isn't it? Now, I'm sure you know Dio Israel. Dio Israel is the APC youth leader. Now, there are complaints about Dio Israel, and do you know what the complaint is? So basically what happened was there was a situation between Dio Israel and one other person. Dio Israel went to Imo State very recently. When he went to Imo State, I think he kind of wrote something on his Twitter account stating that, okay, they're in Imo State and they're one of the high-ranking members of the APC, and that basically, you know, they're doing their best in pushing the APC forward, literally putting it out there that amongst the dignitaries that attended the event in Imo State, they were one of the top people. So an angry member of the All Progressives Congress, his name is Prince Adishina, he called out the party's national youth leader, Dara Israel, accusing him of being incompetent with no sense of responsibility. Now, this was because Israel's attendance of a book launch, and he projected commissioning by Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma. He was commissioning some projects. You know, the president recently traveled to Imo State for the commissioning of some of those projects, or flag off of some of those projects. Now, Uzodinma had yesterday hosted President Tinubu and other APC leaders at the state capital Owerri for the one-day event. Now, joining other leaders of the party, Israel had arrived at Owerri alongside the party's national secretary, Ajibola Bashiru. The APC youth leader had, in a post on his X handle, announced his arrival at the state capital with Bashiru, who he claimed to be the highest-ranking APC official from the southwest, while declaring himself the third highest-ranking APC official also from the southwest. This had, however, sparked mixed reactions from some of the party members and netizens who consider the post and his presence at the event unnecessary. So, disgruntled members of the party, they expressed their displeasure with the APC youth leader's performance in an open letter. This person is actually based in the United Kingdom. They labeled Israel as the most useless national youth leader the APC has ever produced. He accused Israel of making mockery of the party with his arrogance and childish behavior. He slammed the APC youth leader over his alleged inaction and lack of concern towards the spate of killings in the country, and they called him all forms of names, that he's an embarrassment, he's a disgrace to the position he occupies as a youth leader. He's not showing any sense of leadership, parading himself with arrogance and ignorance, childish behavior. People are being slaughtered, kidnapped and displaced, and there is no form of sympathy that has been shown towards that he's incompetent. In fact, I don't know, a lot has actually happened because of that. This was the same APC youth leader who put out, will I call it an advert for what you call propaganda team, that this set of persons should send a video that can they defend, can they speak well, that can they eloquently defend the administration. And a lot of persons were saying, bring down this tweet. But he said there's what they call positive propaganda. So yeah, that's the Dara Israel, that's the APC youth leader. Okay, so I think there's a highlight of some of the things we'll be looking into. Let me introduce my only analyst today, and I did that deliberately so that we can have time to interact with via the phone calls or via WhatsApp. We just want to do something very short, something very simple. That's Mr. Tony Mbata. Mr. Tony Mbata, how are you?
I'm fine today.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Happy New Month.
I sent to you.
Happy Independence Day.
Yes,
we were here in the morning. I have been here since morning as well. We had a very compact program like this at the World News at 12. We did it for 3 hours, where we actually looked into Nigeria as a nation, pre-independence, post-independence, and what we have right now in every sector that encompasses Nigeria. Mr. Tony Mbata, let's start off with IPOB, calling out President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, saying that he did not do well, he did not act right. They said that he calling out IPOB and saying that the Nigerian military is actually working hard in routing out IPOB and ESN, literally calling them terrorists. And he said that bandits and terrorists have been parted at the back, and when they're not seeing anything being done. What's your reaction to that?
Yes, I fully support IPOB with 120% what they said.
Okay.
Because you see the seat, we are a terrorist group who come out with gun all over the place, and with khaki, the military uniform, addressing people, negotiating, and federal government have not said anything about it, and they're only talking about IPOB. That use only flag to agitate injustice meant to some set of people, and you are broadcast the whole nation. You are calling them them. In fact, I don't know how to qualify what Mr. President did to show you that the Nigerian government know what they are doing.
Okay,
they know what they are doing. If they can pamper the terrorist group that are killing people, pampering them, my dear, I still ask the same question. Are we one Nigeria? Are we? Are you sure? I'm not sure. You know, sometimes when we are saying all this, people think because I'm an Igbo man. No, people that know me know that if I say anything that is wrong from any side, whether being Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Efik, whatever, I will say it. He didn't do well. And we know APC government. We know APC government. They will value do these things. But
interesting.
In this country.
Interesting. But the question is, they actually use the same breath to call out the political leaders, the Southeast political leaders. They're being weak, that the president has seen them finish, that they're only currying favor for themselves. A lot of them that claim to be fighting for the independence or freedom of Nnamdi Kanu are not doing that. They've always just put their own personal interests out there. That's what Ima Powerful said. Do you think it's the incompetence of some of the Southeastern leaders that are causing the situation with Nnamdi Kanu still being in detention? Because I have been waiting for Azuta Mbata to speak. The Ahaneze Indibo, the one from Ikweri. I thought he has been quiet. Completely quiet lately. The person who has really been speaking out is Isuguzuru. So until Isuguzuru came out and said we're supporting Tinubu for second term, that's when I'm hearing Mbata say Ohaneze Indibo has not decided that they're endorsing Tinubu for second term. So is that the only way through which you could come out to speak? It sounds like they asked him, guy, you need to say something. Because all the while that we've been having situations that has to do with the Southeast, that for example the trade fair situation, some of the properties being demolished in certain areas that are being dominated by certain people, certain groups of persons, they have been quiet.
Esther, even though I'm not a spokesperson of Ohaneze Ndibo,
okay,
and Isi Guzo is not the President General of Ohaneze Ndibo.
Okay,
he's just parading himself to be the President General of Ohaneze Ndibo worldwide, is Mbata Azota. And also, the so-called Igbo leaders are not our leaders. They are not our leaders. These people are not our leaders. If they are leaders, they will speak for Ndigo. These political leaders are not leaders of Ndigo. Most of them, as I said it before, and I keep repeating it, cannot and will not win election in Igbo land. But because of the weak institution that gave them that opportunity to be there. So what they are doing is that they are looking for their stomach infrastructure to cover themselves and to make sure they dance to the tune of whoever is in power. Then coming to Ohaneze Ndibo, remember that Ohaneze Ndibo is a social organization, not they don't have any force of power, but they can only advise and say things. And for them, when they say something, it may not carry any force of law.
It may not carry any force of law.
Yes.
Why?
Do they have any constitutional power that gave them power that they can decree something to happen? No. It's only the governors, the senators, that we gave our sovereign power that can talk.
Are you exonerated on Ohaneze Ndibo?
I am not.
They're a group that actually, okay, let me give you yesterday we were here together. I read out about 130 petitions. If there is anything I admire about the Southwest, if they want to do something, they will do it. You wouldn't even know they're working. Most of the protests that has taken place in this country, if they are not in support of that protest, you know go fly. You never notice them. No, from time immemorial, any protest will want take place. If no be them, you know they fly. You saw what happened at Oworishoki. You saw how they just entered Third Mainland Bridge. They have guts. So it's not a whatever. It's what we have experienced. It's what we see. Imagine what happened in Kwara State. 130 groups wrote a petition to United Nations. You saw it. It was very lengthy. So my question is, that was immediate.
Can I tell you something?
Okay.
Please? Can I tell you something?
Tell me. I'm listening.
The peculiarities of Ndibo
is
quite different from other ethnic groups in Nigeria. Why? Because the Nigerian people, unquote, still believe that we are still fighting Biafran war. Yes, that's why IPOB will be labeled as a terrorist group, whereby the terrorist group will know Boko Haram and all the rest of them, they cannot and they partner with them. That's why even when Ohaneze Ndibo will speak, it may not have an impact, because they still believe. That's why the president in his broadcast will only mention IPOB and will not mention other group, to tell you that my people used to say Anu Emire Adiajeze. I know Azuta Mbata, they are the descendant of warriors and they don't make noise. They will achieve what they want. Watch and see what Azuta Mbata will do as Ohaneze Ndibo president. I know them. I'm from Mbata, from Owerri. I'm not from Ipere. But history had it that we migrated from them. So, please, the issue that Ohaneze Ndibo is facing is quite different from what other ethnic or this social cultural group the Igbo man, I cannot say we are being marginalized. I cannot say. An Igbo man, we know what we are suffering in this country. But what we are pleading is that let everybody that is the president of this country see himself as a father of all. If we are one Nigeria. Yesterday, we are saying something that 1914 amalgamation was a fraud from British. You know, when we try to analyze it, because we have not agreed. We have not. Even the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, where they say we Nigerians have agreed to give ourselves. Who gave us the Constitution? Is the military. We need to. I believe in the unity of this country. I believe in Nigeria until we will sit down on the Ratambu conference and believe that we are one Nigeria and fight for the unity of this country. We will not move forward. But I know that Nigeria will be great.
Is Nigeria a jungle?
Jungle. I cannot say that Nigeria is jungle.
A lot of Nigerians refer to Nigeria as a jungle because anything goes.
No. The problem,
when things that are meant to be applied are not applied, they refer to their nation that they are supposed to attribute with pride as a jungle. Do you know what takes place in a jungle?
Yes, I know. I don't believe that
jungle is chaotic.
Anything
it has no order. It's barbaric, primitive, retrogressive. There's no form of decency in a jungle.
I don't believe that school of thought that say Nigeria is a jungle. I don't believe on it. Okay. I know that the problem we have as a Nigerians is that people that are not supposed to be leaders are leaders. How can you have people that cannot defend their certificate?
So there's a leadership pandemic.
Yes, it's a problem. That is where the problem is. People that are not supposed to be the leaders of this country. Most of the governors today.
Certification require is having a proper certification.
I have not finished.
A requirement for proper leadership.
Yes, what I'm saying, when you have people that we know them as a notorious 419ers, thief, armed robbers, drug pushers.
Who are these people?
I won't mention them so that somebody will know tomorrow.
What is the evidence to prove otherwise of these persons that they are in all of
this? We know them. Some people have lobbied and paid a United States of America and the Judiciary that they should not release. They should not release. No, recently they said they should not release their document because it will. We know them.
You're ascribing without evidence, Mr. Tony. You're ascribing without evidence.
No, it's not.
The question
even some people submitted. Excuse me, ma'am. Some people submitted that the school they attended. That school was not in existence, and they quoted. Some people use other people's picture as if they are students, and we know some people. It was alleged that they forfeited how many amount of dollars because of drug issue, and they're still the leader of this country. Some people I know as a state governors are drug pushers. They are 419ers. So when you have this kind of people at the helm of affairs, nothing will move, and that's why anywhere we will have a credible leader. Nigeria will be great again. But these things will come to an end. By the time God will answer our prayer, Nigeria will be great again.
By the time God will answer our prayer?
Yes. Because what we have today is they are like businessmen, like Agboro. You know, when Agboro at the motor park, they will load their load. They don't care what will happen. Even if you, as you are traveling, the load is falling and whatever, they have collected their money. So that's the kind of people we have.
Call that Agboro. What did you call it?
Agboro.
You know Igbo.
Yes, I'm an Igbo man.
You know Igbo.
If a Yoruba man is talking, you will know. If an Hausa man is talking, you will know. So I should be proud when I called them Agboro.
Mr. Tony Mbata. Wow.
So we don't have leaders now until God will help us. Okay. And that's why we are crying that let the institutions work. You can imagine a senior president that have a case for his state. And somebody will just jump, and EFCC was pursuing him, and today he's a senior president, and all his sins is forgiven. They are the people making laws. You can see a senior president that will be a judge on his case when Natasha accused him, and he sits still on the senior seat adjudicating. You can see a leader that they said, oh my God, we will get there. Americans, there was a time, I was telling them in the morning, that there was a time American president was shot.
That's not even that. You remember this whole thing about one of the presenters on a television station that talked in a certain way, I think ABC or so, whatever. I think Trump wanted all the staff there to be sacked, and the court judgment stopped that from happening.
Yes.
They stalled the judgment from that judgment from taking place.
That's where
Like
the institutions are working.
Sack the staff in that television.
That's where the institutions are working. But because the judiciary, the legislators believe that they are boy to the executive. Because Nigerian leaders, so-called, they are not leaders. Sorry
but
for using.
It wasn't like that before.
It wasn't.
Let's look at the semblance of a situation where we had a legislature that was
when Okadibo was there. When Saraki was there,
exactly,
you saw what happened.
But you saw the second term of former President Muhammadu Buhari with Ahmed Lawan. There was a synergy.
Lawal was you can't bring Lawal was that whatever Buhari say you can't. Lawal no, it's not a synergy. That one is.
There was a synergy with the Lawal Senate presidency.
No. Lawal was like a vegetable too to the president of Muhammadu Buhari.
No, I said that's what I meant by there was a synergy between the Senate and the executive.
Yeah, because Lawal too believed that he's a boy to the president. He was the person that told us that whatever the president Buhari bring, he will sanction it.
Can you compare that Lawal and that of Senator Akpabio?
Akpabio and Lawal, they are the same people. They are the same people. We don't from Saraki, when Chibo Okadibo was a Senate president. Even before you will talk, you will make sure that your use of tenses is correct. That's when Adolphus then was not Adolphus. Nwabara was out of whatever that brought in. When Ken Namana then was there, you will see the Senate that will debate matters that will show no to the executive.
But at least for this
time,
administrations,
Lawal and
the second term of former President Muhammadu Buhari, the first term of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we've not seen Senate members throwing chairs at themselves, displacing the mace.
No, they are boy to the executive because.
So if they fight like that, does that mean that they are not boy to the
because
executive?
most of them are not. Most of them, you see, Esther, what is happening in this country? If you see it, most of these people that parade themselves as leaders or senators, if you see who they are, they are not supposed to be called distinguished senators. Some of them don't even have certificate. Some of them are criminals.
Some of them are studying. Do you remember one that was they were sitting writing her exam for her on her behalf?
You know all these things, and these people are. That's why we are crying. What INEC have done to this country, and it started from Maurice Iwu. Maurice Iwu started it with Obasanjo. That's the only sin of Obasanjo. Obasanjo is one of the leaders I so much cherish. That love this country. But you see, INEC, Obasanjo helped in putting us in this mess. With Maurice Iwu, most of you may not know what Maurice Iwu did. He's from Imo State. We know what he did. If we have a very credible INEC, these people cannot win local government election. But I know that Nigeria will be great. I know, and I believe that.
Well, just like you, everyone is positive. The presidency said in his speech today that it is important for Nigeria to harmonize and for us to understand and value the death of our past leaders, our heroes past who has fought for Nigeria's independence. Do we still have heroes in the political class fighting for Nigeria's growth? Some persons have referred to the only person fighting for Nigeria's proper identity and resuscitation within the grasp of corruption is Omoyele Sowore. That none of the political elites are actually fighting and putting themselves out there for Nigerians. The so-called opposition political party members are also just like the ruling party for themselves. They want to share money. They only want to have access to power. But that the only person who has really put himself out there, really went through the process, the rigosity that involves activism in the quest for nationhood is Omoyele Sowore. That unfortunately, Nigerians who are supposed to look up to that and work with that are not working with that.
I believe that this year our president, there was a time, it's still on social media, he said, I don't believe in this entity called Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Yes, he said it. And you see, sometimes people will tend to forget. And what they are giving us is rhetorics. Every year, depending, they will say something. So that what they are saying, tell them what they want to hear. Let us do what we want to do. They have never believed, starting from the president Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they have never believed in one Nigeria. Tinubu said it. I have never believed. What is it? Because he saw himself to be the president through INEC, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Hold on, Mr. Tony. don't make exaggerated statements without facts.
When
he said he saw himself to be the president.
Yes, when El-Rufai's son posted what happened, have they refuted?
El-Rufai has not brought more than
when
that.
INEC cannot define what is glitch, when INEC cannot define what is glitch, when the Supreme Court cannot define what is and. Esther, let us tell ourselves truth. You see, the problem we have is that we try to be politically correct or try to paint things.
Our job
yes, I understand. I know your predicament. I know the predicament of the media. Mm-hmm. Any little thing they will come and do whatever they want to do. I understand it, and most of us have been threatened. But we must say the truth. That's why I commend the VOP. They are doing their best, and God will protect this station.
Amen.
But we must say the truth. Barrister Darlington will always say it. Tony Mbata will always say it. And other people will say it. We will tell ourselves the simple truth. Omar is the one doing it. And also Peterobi too. Look at the press. He said it today. How many of them? Atiku. All of them are the same. Tinubu them. All of them are the same. You know what happened at Ojota? The same thing. All the things they condemned is what they are doing. All the things they are condemning is what they are doing. And the same government of APC is blaming that he inherited a bastardized economy, blah, blah, blah. The same APC that promised Nigerians heaven and earth. So they don't believe in the unity of this country. Until the people that believe in the unity of this country, Nigeria will be great again. And I believe that.
So Dr. Joe Abba, I'm sure you know him. Today there was this program, the platform organized by Covenant Church of Christ. They usually do this every 1st of October, where they bring notable persons on the platform to discuss certain issues in Nigeria and what the way forward is. And we have quite a lot of persons who speak there. Now, Joe Abba described the 1966 military coup as the greatest tragedy that ever befell Nigeria as a nation. For him, he said the coup led to the collapse of a functioning and thriving regional system of government in this country. And this was on a theme, Rebuilding Our Nation at the Platform Nigeria. It's an Independence Day event hosted by the Confident Nation Church. Now, he said that the coup did not only ushering 30 years of military rule, but also led to the collapse of a thriving system of governance in Nigeria. During the World News at 12 today, I told you we had an extended conversation where we looked at Nigeria before independence and Nigeria before the 1966 coup, right? The kind of economy that we're operating on and how it worked and how it helped each empire, each region, each political class intermingle despite the differences in our ethnicity, in our religion and in our culture. We were thriving. So the question was not asked, do we go back to that system of government, that regional system of government, if we say that true federalism is not what Nigeria is practicing, that certain regions are benefiting more from the largesse of the nation? It's like some persons are working, some regions are working for some other regions to benefit, and that's not what true federalism is all about. When it also comes to federal character, there is no representation there. When it comes to developmental efforts across a region, there is an imbalance. Some regions are getting more quotas than the other, and that driving force of a unitary sense of growth is not being observed. So Nigerians were now asking the question, do we go back to that system of government? If we are to go back to that, what will it take? How long will it take? Who can spearhead that? And if that is to also take place, will that re-engineer the economic fabric from the dormancy it has found itself to something that one would be proud of?
Esther, when we were having regional system of government, you see a vibrant competition. You see development that is going on. Every region was developing and making use of the resources that God gave to them to develop their place.
Okay.
The north, the west, and the east. Since Aguirre, let's say 1966 coup, because they thought, let us do this. Then Aguirre came on power and tried to federation system of government, tried to make everything unitary. That is where our problem started. Maybe some of them may have good intention. That coup of 1966, they label it as Igbo coup until it took Babangida almost how many years to come and say, no, not the Igbos. Nigerians, they were killing the Igbos and all the rest of them. I thank God when Babangida came out and said no. But I think and I believe that many states in this country are too lazy to develop or to use or to harness whatever they have to develop their place. They're only waiting for Abuja national cake. And when that cake comes, they will share it. Let us go back to that system of government whereby you develop your place and pay royalties to the federal government. And let us see. If you cannot bring anything to make your state viable and pay all the things, where will you see the money to steal? But because they are believing that we are one Nigeria, the crude oil will come. And some people are not selling their own to other people. They cannot bring it. And federal government cannot talk. Do you know that this country, we have gold? We have many other mineral resources. But they will not allow the federal government to come on it. Because they are doing illegal business. That's why you see some of these killings. So, I believe if we can go back to that system of government, whereby every region make use of what you have, pay something to the federal government. So that we can see. If you cannot pay, many states, many people are clamoring for state.
Would you think the tax reform that is meant to be introduced, do you think that's what it is?
No. Tax reform is to exploit Nigerians. Because do you know why I'm crying about it? The ones we are paying, check our road, check the hospital, check all the social infrastructures we have. Are they making use of it? It is only going to the purse of one person. Some people, one person is controlling Lagos State and putting it. And that is what they want to happen in Nigeria. We don't need this in. They are suffering the poor Nigerians. Because this tax, they say the people that are using their body to survive, they will also pay tax. You heard it. And other things. The people that are doing both
legs. Excuse me.
People, yeah?
Are you not hustling?
Hustling is different. They say legal and illegal. That means, can they track all these things? You see, what they are doing is that they deceive Nigerians. They always say what they want to say. Paper, it looks good, but in practicality, it is wrong. People are suffering. You don't need to overburden the people. Remember what happened to the house of Israel when Solomon's children was suffering them. They called them. They say, your father suffered us when we were building the temple and all the rest of them. Please lessen our burden. And when the young man seek counsel for people to advise him, and they say, yes, your father labored them, burden their burden. And some people say no. And we know what happened. When he called the head and said, if my father whip you with this, I will scorpion, I will do this. And they say to your tent, oh Israel. People are crying to your tent, oh Nigerians, because there are problems. Because our leaders are misusing the opportunity that God gave to us. You can see former governor of Kogi State. See how much millions. Even Abia State, even Rochas, my state. All these things, what are they doing? Nothing. So let us develop our state. Let every region or every state, you want a state, you want 20 local government, you take care of it. Okay. But whatever you are bringing on the table is whatever you are going to use. So that let us see if people will say, give us more state. Because most of these states are not viable. They cannot even pay salary except that national cake. So we need to go back to the drawing board.
All right. Well, in that particular regard, as you have said, do you know that terrorists stormed Kwara cassava farm? They abducted two brothers amid sporadic gunfire. Kwara State has been experiencing a recent surge of insecurity, like what was happening in Benue, where every day there was one incident or the other in Benue State in regards to terrorists and their activities, killing people, macheting people. Before we had the general 200 persons or more than 200 persons that were killed, and we thought that this will be addressed as soon as possible, because just today in the president's broadcast where he said we're winning the war against terrorism is in contrast to what has been experienced across the nation by a particular sect of persons with a malicious demonic agenda from the pit of hell that has economically sabotaged and bastardized Nigeria, whereby most of the reforms that are meant to be implemented across all regions, whereby certain farmers can go to their farms, reforms can take place in the farms, especially with this administration promising to introduce or sponsor mechanized farming, make mechanized farming very easy so we can have food. These are efforts that are supposedly on ground, but you have insecurity plaguing most of the regions that actually rely on agriculture. So if the president is coming to tell us that we're winning the war against insecurity, and we're having stories like this take place on a daily basis, is there a delusion somewhere? Is there a different cloud? Is there a different world that certain persons live in that is not realistically portraying or reflecting what Nigerians are going through?
You have said it all. It shows that the leadership of this country don't know the realities on ground. I was expecting to hear the president saying that we cannot negotiate with any terrorist group, that the farmers will go back to their farm to produce, and all these things. And I'm giving all the terrorist groups 7 days ultimatum that this thing will stop. I'm giving a marching order. But we didn't hear it. To tell you that they are not in tune with the realities on ground. And they are not feeling the pulse of the masses. They are not ready. Insecurity, federal government or the government of the day knows what is happening. And they don't want to stop it because it's benefiting some people. So all these things are to show you that I have said it and I keep saying it, that the government of APC is a very deceitful government. They will not tell Nigerians the truth of the matter. This is a government that told us that refineries is working, and they went and bought whatever, put it there, and opened the pipe. People saw it. I came here and told them that thing is a lie. What happened?
Why don't you people believe in your nation?
No, I believe in this nation.
People that caused it.
Yes, sir.
When you didn't have faith, it's in now sport.
How can I have faith? How can I have faith on the people that are deceiving us? We are saying the truth. Tell us the truth. The refineries cannot work so time. We are doing something. Do you know how many billions or trillions are put? Because most of them have shares with Dangote refineries. That's why they don't want our refinery to work. They want to monopolize everything and suffer Nigerians. What about modular refineries that are given to people? Why is it not working? Nigerians are not supposed to buy fuel anything less than 250 naira. No. But because we have people merchandise, they are only thinking about themselves, not the Nigerians. That's why we need a good leader. And this good leader may not be an Igbo man. It may not be a Yoruba. It may not be an Hausa. Anybody will support the person. That's why you see majority of Nigerians are supporting Peterobi, because they have seen what he has done. And they have listened to all the political whatever, what they are doing. And they know that this man, even though he's not a saint, but we have seen his antecedent, we know he can deliver us. That's why it's like Peterobi, everywhere they're attacking him. And the political elite know that if Peterobi is given opportunity, I'm not campaigning. I have told you I'm not an obedient, and I will not be.
For campaign.
I can't campaign.
Mbata, don't campaign.
Okay.
That's it. Mr. Tony, leadership must not rely on the neck of one person. Where are the others who think they can do better or be better or have more qualifications in terms of their past antecedents to Peterobi? Because we're talking about youth inclusivity in politics, bringing more of the youthful population in politics and doing away with the old ones who have been regurgitating and recycling the same process of governance that has not led us anywhere. But we're not seeing young persons really come in, boldly come up front. Also, there are fears that the supposed elderly political statesmen that are meant to set the tone, leave a footprint for the young ones to follow, a couple of them do not have integrity, and it's difficult to train those that may bring in integrity to the system. So there are fears that if the elder statesmen do not have integrity, they're transferring that lack of integrity to the youthful population. So you now have the young person eventually join the politics to continue from where their predecessors have stopped. So when you have that cycle like that, we're all going around and there is no change being implemented. So why are we not having some persons other than a Peterobi come out to say, this is what I believe in, this is what I'm going to do, if possibly because of his ethnicity or one reason or the other, that Nigeria would say, we do not want this particular person. Who is the other person that can break the equation? You
see, let me tell you something. Do you know why? One thing I love my former deputy director, Mr. John Kamuke, that trained us. You see, every leader, if you don't have a successful person that will take over from you, you are not a leader. And the leaders we are having today, most of them are parochially looking for their interests and their family. But we have some youth. When Yahaya Bello was the governor of Kogi State, how old is it? When look at even former governor of Ekiti State, Ayo Fayose, and most of them. But look at the antecedent. Do they do well? This is an individual things, and also people that are grooming them. That's why most of all that are being trained by John Kamuke. John Kamuke. He will tell you what to do, how to do it.
Who says that the other leaders don't do the same?
Some leaders, many leaders, political leaders, because when they are there, what they are thinking, I've been opportune to be with them. They don't even think about Nigerians. What they are thinking is themselves. So people that are following them will also want to do the same thing.
So you're saying that we have elders, political statesmen who do not have integrity and they're transferring
that is the problem we are having.
So the younger generation enter the system, regurgitates the old same thing.
Thank you. That's what we are having. The same way we have Pawolo, Nanda Zik with them, there's back with them. Go and look at them. Look at where they are coming from, what they are doing. These are different kind of people, different kind of orientation. But since all this 1999 election, 1999 politicians, what we are having today, 1999 politicians, what we are having today, only God will save us.
We'll take a very short break, and when we return, the program continues, and then we get your insights into the issues being discussed. To kindly stay with us.
Time to take the next step toward your dreams. Admissions are now open for the October 2025 and January 2026 intakes at Lancaster University, Ghana. Get ready for a world-class education, global opportunities, and an unforgettable experience right from Ghana. For more information, contact us at +234 0701 708 9214 or email us at nigeria@lancaster.edu.gh. Apply today and begin your journey to success with Lancaster University, Ghana. Your future starts now.
Customer, welcome. What do you want buy?
I want buy changeover. Cutout fuse and distribution board made of 100% heavy duty copper.
Oh, come, I get them. See, I'm here.
No, now I'm looking for Slatter Star J cutout fuse and distribution board, Nipo cutout fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller, and solar panel.
But Oga,
don't worry. I know where to get them. Whether na Star J changeover cutout fuse, Slatter distribution board, Nipo cutout fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller, and solar panel, Star J ceiling fan, sockets, all earthen materials. Make you no go do cover-wise pan foolish o. Slatter Star J Indian product na #1 since 1961. Made of 100% heavy-duty solid copper with no compromise. Available in all leading electrical shops nationwide. Slatter Star J, na you Pico.
O Hashem Elohim, hear, O Israel, the Lord God is our God. The Lord God is one and only. Welcome to the community of Hashem worldwide. As we mark 65 glorious years of God's faithfulness, we stand united in honoring the legacy and nurturing the future. Join us on a journey of faith, strength, and shared purpose, past, present, and beyond. Theme: honoring the legacy, nurturing the future. Featuring a powerful historic drama presentation of the memoirs of the community of Hashem worldwide, uplifting choir performances, vibrant cultural dances, inspiring presentations by the Covenant Children Ministry, exciting recreational activities, and lots more. Date: Tuesday 14th and Wednesday 15th October 2025, immediately after the Holy Convocation service of the Feast of Tabernacles. Venue: the Festival Arena, Awuda, Node, Idemili South Local Government Area of Anambra State, Nigeria. Glory to God for His enduring goodness. Come, let's celebrate this remarkable milestone together in faith, strength, and joy. Shalom.
Attention, young professionals, business owners, and first-time investors. Are you tired of hearing about real estate scams, struggling to raise funds, or wondering how to profit in today's property market? The Niger Landlord Summit 2025 is your chance to learn from experts, connect with decision makers, and discover how to grow your wealth through real estate. Join us on Saturday, 1st November at Airport Golden Tulip Hotel, International Airport Road, Lagos, from 10 a.m. Highlights: explosive sessions on real estate investments, explore fundings and mortgage options, understand government housing policies, network with developers, banks and investors, access exhibitions and insider opportunities. Participation fee 50,000 naira only. Call or WhatsApp 0707 115 4297 0707 115 4297 to register. The Niger Landlord Summit 2025. Knowledge, networking, wealth creation. Powered by VOP 90.3 FM.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You're still listening to the Independence Day special edition of the Evening Rush. Thank you for joining us on 90.3 FM Voice of the People. My name is Esther Machiko. You've been listening to Mr. Tony Mbata. He's been speaking as usual very passionately on the topic of interest. Now, let me tell you something. Do you know that Fubara has disengaged his cabinet members? So all the political cabinet members in Fubara's team, he has disengaged them based on the fact that he appreciated their service and contributions, but the affected officials include commissioners and other public officers whose appointments were recently nullified by the Supreme Court and whose tenure effectively ended following the ruling. So Fubara, who was suspended during the period of the state of emergency, actually imposed that. But a couple of people still think that that will not change anything, that right now Fubara is an extension of Nyesom Wike, who definitely wants to continue to have his hands in the purse or in the treasury of Rivers State. A couple of people think that what happened in Rivers State is a balkanization of democracy, while others think that the president saved Fubara. Otherwise, what would have happened wouldn't have been palatable. That the state of emergency implemented in Rivers was meant to create calm and restore the political sanity in Rivers. What's your take on that?
Anybody that said that the presidency or president saved Fubara is not being realistic, because the president have no power to remove an elected governor. Let us go by the sovereignty belongs to people. People gave the sovereign power to a governor or a president, and the sovereign power is only people that will recall. If the House of Assembly want to impeach Fubara because of anything that he committed, there are procedure. So if they want to impeach him, so be it. But for the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria too, even this Bola Ahmed Tinubu was the person when Obasanjo suspended I think Plateau and the Ekiti state, they were kicking against us, said this is undemocratic, this blah 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 blah. Why is he doing it now? To tell you that they have finished this country. So what Fubara is doing is that Wike, his father, have taken over the River State. But look at what Natasha has been doing. I thought that Fubara should have done such a thing to challenge this in court. But because both Fubara and Co, they didn't win election, for me, Tony Mbata. So they cannot start fighting for what they have not, received from anybody. Like my people who sing Usenwaku, Haga Ubionyozo, that is Kura. They don't have the house. None of them have. They will go to another person's farm and kill themselves. So what they are doing is to tell you that democracy in Nigeria is not democracy and the rule of law is not working. So Fubara will eventually do what his master is telling him to do. So disengaging them, I'm not surprised that he will do that. I'm not surprised. He will do that because if Nyesom Wike will tell you, if I tell a state governor to give me so billion for me to pay political whatever, is it anything wrong with it? Who owns the money? Taxpayers' money and somebody, an entity. Look at allegation level against Wike by not in the president. Have not done anything. It's still there. So democracy we are seeing in Nigeria is not democracy, and Rivers State is at the pocket and mercy of Nyesom Wike and his people and the president. So Fubara will eventually do whatever they want him to do. Rivers people, I pity them.
Interesting. Very interesting analysis, Mr. Tony Mbata. Does Nigeria need healing?
Nigeria need healing. Nigeria need restructuring. Nigeria need help. Those of them that believe in prayer, Nigeria need prayer. Because the level we are, is a pitiable situation. That there are certain things that we know that is happening. If you open your mouth, which sector of this country is free? Let us go to what do they call them? These people, the immigration. Let us go to custom. Custom is the worst. Are we talking about the police? Are we talking about the military? Are we talking about the civil servant? No sector of this country is healthy. Even the teachers, even we the parents. So Nigeria need deliverance.
Now let's look at the situation with Peterobi. He has told us that by November he will be declaring the political party he will be part of to run in 2027. The ADC has given an ultimatum saying that Peterobi and Atiku risk the 2027 presidential ticket if they do not adopt the membership of the ADC. That is, get the membership card of the ADC. Peterobi has said he is still consulting. This was through the director of the Obedient Movement, Yunus Atanko, where he recently disclosed to us that a lot of consultation is ongoing and they cannot press on him like that, being the fact that Labour Party still has an election to go through with, which is the upcoming Anambra State governorship election, and that while that is ongoing, let that be done with. But right now, the perception is like the ADC is for Atiku. Now, there are talks that Peter can't go back to Labour Party, even if INEC no longer recognizes Julius Abure based on the Supreme Court judgment. You still have Arabambi there. You still have Lamidi Apapa. You still have persons who are loyal to them. And those ones have been calling out Peterobi. In fact, very recently, Arabambi said Peterobi should be put on a watch list by the DSS, literally calling him and the Obedient Movement a terrorist organization, saying that they're a terror to Nigeria's democracy. And this is not the first time he has made such vituperations, organize a press conference and call out, that Peterobi and his supporters such names. Now, if you have such persons in the Labour Party, no matter what reorganization wants to take place there, those kind of persons will definitely stabilize it. It's just like the PDP upcoming convention. There are talks that there is a clash between Damagum and Wike and his supporters on the next convention that the PDP is supposed to take. So that polarization will always be there. Now, the ADA is supposed to be a substitute or an alternative to the ADC as a new political party that all the structure from scratch will be fresh compared to the ADC that is an existing party that was adopted to be a coalition. So where do you see Peterobi in all of this?
Esther,
do you think he will run actually?
Esther, you see, in politics, there are so many things that may be going on. Fictitious, many things that if you don't look very well, you can easily be carried away by what people are saying.
Let me tell you something. Let's put the facts.
Let's go from.
You have the situation with the judiciary, where a lot of Nigerians think the judiciary is compromised, and that's because you have the Chief Justice of Nigeria being appointed by the president. So there are talks that they will always do what the president wants. You now have INEC as an institution that is meant to be a body that decides or reflects the need and voice of the people. There are talks that INEC has been monopolized by the executive. Then they need to do the bidding of their paymasters because they're the ones that actually appointed them. Then you now have the Legislative Council, that's the National Assembly, that is meant to be a composition of representative of persons that represents different constituencies across the 36 states of the Federation, but they do not represent the voices of their constituencies but their personal pockets, and they have to do the bidding of the executive without any form of question or challenge. So you now have vital sectors that makes up Nigeria touring towards the executive, and maybe a few of them may not be very vocal enough to stand firm for the people, and that considering the political and ethnic climate in Nigeria, that there is no possibility of that happening for someone from the southeast because of his geographical location. Even if he does win, they would definitely take it away from him. So what do you think is a strategic way forward?
Esther, this idea of if somebody from southeast win, they would not an idea. Wait, please. These things are fair theory. Let me land.
It is not an idea. There is a very evident polarization in the politics.
Let me land. These things are fair theory.
So you don't think it applies in reality?
It doesn't. Let me finish. Somebody that gave, if we go by what is happening, let me start from ADC. Now, ADC, where were ADC 2023 election? Nobody knows them. ADC become something that people can talk about or talk, because people like Atiku, Peterobi, Erufai now try to romance with them because of coalition. Now, where we are Labour before Peterobi joined them, how many months? Now, in all these things, we should know that there should be a time things may not be well, even in APC. APC themselves have a problem that people that say that they are Buharists say they are being marginalized from which party? CPC or CPC now. Now, in all these things, remember that ADC have told Peterobi, they have told Erufai that they can still be in their political parties until after the election, which they have. Why must ADC turn now? That means something is fishing. That's why the obedient director said, why must you change the goalpost at the middle of the game? Now, coming to Labour, Peterobi is still a member of Labour. He have never denied it. And Labour Party, for me, for now, Labour Party, they don't have any problem because the Supreme Court and INEC have said these things is what is going to happen, and it's happening. Any other things you are hearing is people who say things. And if anybody is telling you, why are they so disturbing themselves, which political party Peterobi will run from? That means to tell you that they are afraid. They are afraid. That's why they want to. Peterobi tell us they are afraid that Peterobi.
How?
Yes. If they are not afraid, who is asking Atiku, which political party? Who is asking Amechi?
No, it's been obvious with what
no, they should leave Peterobi. He has told Nigerians that by November, I will tell you. So why are they still talking? Tell us, ADC and Labour is having problem. What concern them? Why must they carry more than you be more Catholic than Pope? Allow Peterobi. Okay. When the time comes, he will say, if the Nigerians say they are not voting for Peterobi and they like what they want, what they are facing now, let them vote for Parliament Tinubu. So why are we killing ourselves?
With Nigeria marking 65 years, how do you think we should repair or close up the vacuum that has been created by the political space? And how do we bridge the frayed relationship amongst the elites and the people in terms of the policy implementation from the executive, in terms from the relationship, as well as the social cultural welfare that makes Nigeria what it is? How do we bridge this gap? It's very important for us to look into that. Secondly, in what way are issues not properly addressed in such a way that the presidency gets to hear what is on ground? Because sometimes when they come out to speak, they seem completely alienated from the reality on ground. It's almost like they don't even understand what is happening. If you take, for example, the president's speech this morning, there were core subjects that he was meant to address, which was not to downplay the plague of insecurity in Nigeria. Nigeria is actually bleeding, and he did not literally emphasize that. He rather praised the security apparatus for resolving it. So it's obvious that there is a disparity. It's almost like the transmission of messages being sent to the president is not what is actually at play here. So how should the voices of Nigerians be heard so he understands the true state of things and not some words and statistics written on paper and presented to him that all is looking good?
Yeah, one of the spokesperson of President Jonathan, what's the name? Arise Television, what's his name? Rubel Abati. He says something that is like when they are in Asarok, there's one demon that makes them misbehave. Yes, but I don't believe that because I don't believe in all those things. Okay. But I want to bring in our religious leaders in this context so that Nigerians will know what, and families, because if our religious leaders that believe they are serving God and their leaders hearing from God will be telling us the truth, and if the families should do what they're supposed to do by not polluting the mind of their words, by not polluting the mind of their people, I don't see the reason why I, Tony Mbata, will see a Yoruba man, he didn't do me anything, I hate that people. What did they do to me? I can't even say. I don't see the reason why Tony Mbata will see an Hausa man, I will hate him because my father said, or because this. And most of the religious leaders are causing this problem. I listen to so-called, I call them men of God, not God or God of men. They are God of men. Because I saw one of them telling us that this person cannot rule this country. I look at this man, are you truly a servant of God? It's high time we started telling ourselves the simple truth. If our religious leaders will always preach the unity of this country, and tell the people they are not supposed to hate one another. I saw a religious leader telling them, his congregation, that I'm voting Bola Ahmed Tinubu because he's a Yoruba. I'm a Yoruba person. Yes, right. 2023. Mr. So if let me finish.
Take phone calls.
Huh?
We need to take phone calls.
Yes, we need to take. So our religious leaders supposed to help this country. By the time we are preaching unity, love, and the families telling your children, you don't need to hate, because we say God is love, and nobody can define love because you can't define God. And we see one another as one entity. The same blood running into your vein is only me. Nigeria will be great again.
All right. Let's take your reaction, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to take phone calls and read out your messages. The number to call is 080-3692-9933, 080-3692-9933. The WhatsApp number is 0817-1756-338. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello.
Good evening, sir. Please turn down the volume of your radio completely. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello.
This is Esther. Yeah.
How are you, sir?
That's one thing. Well, my dear sister, I love you. The way you talk, you used to shake my body.
Welcome, sir. So, welcome to the program.
Wait, I will tell you yes. Don't tell him Mbata. That's something he talks. He's a small boy to me. Just let me tell you. You see, most of us migrated from that river. Tell him I want to give him villages. And I will talk something now that you will like. One is called Umuhiuku in Opala Junction. Another one is called Umuhengo in Ngopala, Wikimumineke. Another one is called Umuhibotu. These three villages doesn't intermarry till today because they come from one place. Now let me come from any man of God that is telling you that this one. Please take this my number. Invite me. Let me debate with him. God does not. No man of God who used to go into politics. Check from the time of Christ. How many apostles of Christ contested when they wanted to make Jesus Christ the governor of the place? He said, "My kingdom is not of this world." Any man of God that is telling you this, telling that he has somebody who will debate with him, they are abusing my father and their father. God doesn't participate for politics. No.
Thank you very much.
Let me do not keep it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Well, I'm from Indo.
You're from where? So what did you say?
I love to marry you.
Yeah?
I'm saying you love to.
Thank you very much, sir. Good night. Happy Independence Day. 080-3692-9933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Welcome, sir. How are you, sir? Welcome.
This meant is coming from my father.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
I agree to your name, but I agree to you.
All right, sir.
Good evening, sir.
I want to comment on this comment of our president that pronouncing IPOB and others terrorist organization. But I want to let you know that there's no country or no judiciary or no court have ever pronounced IPOB a terrorist organization. But this simply means it is a hit. And this country, Nigeria, is owned by two tribes. That is the Fulanis and the Yorubas. There's no two ways about it.
Sir, you can't say that. You can't say that.
Wait, I'm coming.
Nigeria is owned by everybody, sir, please.
I'm coming. So, okay, I've learned that some group of Yorubas have written a letter to the Britain or the United States. About they want to be on their own because of the insecurity happening in the country, right?
Especially in the regions that there are people.
Yes, is it not the same thing that Nnamdi is fighting that keep him in the DSA custody? Do you want to tell me that if it is the Fulani or Yoruba man that's doing the same thing that Nnamdi is doing, he will be in DSA custody up to now? So actually, truth must be told. Are you hearing me? They are not all say the truth. The Igbo man, you see Peterobi, I can bet you no name Mbata. My number is here. Because I can speak it and call me. I can bet you Peterobi can run for president. Even if he win, Peterobi can never become Nigerian president as long as he's the man. I'm telling you the truth. So listen, the day where Igbo people will rise up to believe that they are not part of this country. That day they will leave. Igbo, they are just romancing. They are just playing themselves, believing that
we are part of this country. We are all part.
My brother, we are feeling the way you are feeling. We are part of this country. It will be good.
We're part of the country. That defeatist mentality shouldn't be what we should be putting out there. Every Nigerian, no Nigerian is.
There was a time State of Israel was nearly nothing, but God did what He did. So please, don't defeat yourselves.
All right, 080-3692-9933. Hello, good evening. How are you, sir? Welcome.
Hello, Esther.
Thank you for staying on. Good evening, sir.
Mr. Tony, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Robert. Esther, happy independence to you. Let me commend you. Honestly, the way you talk politics, it's like you have done politics for 100 years, and you are very current on Nigeria issue. You understand?
Thank you.
I am very grateful for you. Esther,
sir?
The problem we have in Nigeria is not the executive. Honestly, you see, the major problem we are having is the legislative arm of government. Because this legislative and the judiciary, they are behaving as if they are the branch of the executive. They are supposed to be checking the president. If their policy or decision that the president make, why can't the legislative check him? Rather, they will be singing on his mandate. Anything he bring, we approve. There is no way country can move forward like that in a presidential system of government. You understand? So if you reason it very well, honestly, most of us we will not blame Tinubu for what is going on. We should blame the executive, the legislative arm of government. Those guys are our problem. I'm telling you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for calling, Robert. Thank you. Hello. Hey, Olga, where you do? Hello. Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Good evening, sir.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine. You have a blessing from Oriri.
So, what's your name?
Blessing. Blessing from Oriri.
Blessing.
Blessing.
From Oriri.
Blessing. Go ahead.
Okay. So what I want to say is about the protest. They said that if they want to protest, they will organize themselves and do it very, very well.
Yeah.
You know when it's like that. Check when Yoruba and the other when the another tribe join to protest. If they want to arrest, who will they arrest? Who will they arrest? And this resolution, they say they don't need any protest in Lagos, and they don't want to organize the protest. Once you organize protest now from other tribes, they will kill that person. I'm telling the truth. They will kill that person. So that is why it's like that. Thank you.
All right, thank you for calling. All right, 0036929933. That's the number to call. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, good evening, Esther.
Welcome, sir. How are you?
I'm very fine. Good evening, Mr. Mbata.
Good evening, sir.
Okay, this Nedu from Satellite Town.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay, see, let's call a spade a spade. It's a hard time we can say it the way it is. This our president is not really us well. He's not a good president, I must say that. Like the last caller mentioned that our problem is not coming from the legislature, it's from president. No, we can't blame president. We need to blame the whatever. For me, if the president is not doing what is right, we need to call him out. And also, the people that are around him, the Akpabio and co and so on and so forth, they have something in whatever. But let me just leave everything. For my own conclusion is that the president is not really not the way he's supposed to do everyone. He should take everybody one. We are one Nigeria. We Igbos, we are suffered a lot. He should consider that one day he will leave that office, another person will take over. So he should not what goes around will surely comes around. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. Hello, good evening. How are you? Okay, where you there? You there saloon? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay,
hello,
where you
Esther.
Good evening. Well, there's too much noise. Where you there?
Good evening.
Good evening. Okay, where you there? Hello?
Okay. Hello?
Where you there? I dey hear other people's voice. You there road? Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. You can't hear me because you're in a noisy environment. Please call back. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, sir.
Welcome, sir. What's your name, please?
Good evening, sir. My name is Obina. My name is Obina, calling from Atiku.
All right, Obina from Ejibo. Happy Independence Day to you. Please go ahead.
Happy Independence. If you can believe me, all these our leaders, they are not Nigerians. They are not Nigerians. The reason why I say so, all of them, their children, their families are not in Nigeria. They are in abroad. Now, they are buying houses everywhere, knowing fully well that Nigeria will cast. Immediately Nigeria cast, all of them, they will fly off. Then we will remain in Nigeria suffering. Esther, again, if Omoyele is an Igbo man, I swear to my Almighty God, he will not be aside by now. So Igbo's case are different, whether you take it or not. But you people don't allow people to say the truth in this country. I don't know if you people is afraid, or I don't know why leaders, if they know that they are doing the right thing, why are they attacking person that say the truth? They don't have conscience. They are conscience. They don't have conscience. That is what I want to say. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for calling. Hello. Good evening. How are you? Hello. Hello. Can you hear me? All right. 08036929933. Hello. Good evening. How are you?
Hello. Hello.
Sir. Welcome. Happy Independence Day to you. I'm fine, sir. What's your name?
Thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. Welcome. Please, what's your name, sir?
My name is Mr. Amadi from Ejigbo.
Mr. Amadi, welcome. How is Ejigbo this evening?
I really thank God for everything.
All right. Happy Independence Day to you, sir. Please go ahead.
Are we happy?
Oh, happy. What do you want to say?
We are not happy, honestly. So, but let me go. What? You see, I don't know whether people have forgot that this is the digital age. That all his broadcasts that we made, 90% of them are live. But what baffles me much is calling ESN and the IPOB a terrorist group. If you know that what he's saying is the whole world is sharing him, telling me all these things. I don't know whether maybe even the following Buhari's broadcast, we have never one day in national broadcast like this called that ESN and the IPOB president. If not that time that Rita Sokorocha and the J. Vomaya supported him to call this for terrorist organization. I've never heard him calling them terrorist organization, but to air his mind in a national broadcast calling these people terrorist organization. I don't understand what he's saying. I mean, whether he has forgotten that he's the president or not, I don't understand him. I beg anybody that is going to advise him very well, because this broadcast that he made today is linger so long in his life, but he didn't know. So that's what I'm going to say. Thank God for everything. And greet my brother, Mbata.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, good evening, sir. Welcome. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Very well, I can hear you. What's your name, sir?
Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Very well, sir. What is your name?
Go ahead.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
I can hear you. What is your name?
Yeah, good evening, Esther. Can you hear me?
Absolutely very clear. What is your name?
Mbata, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, I'm calling from Germany, Mazi, Uprise here.
All right,
Esther, please, if you during Sunday Boho agitation for Oduduwa, were you in Lagos?
Yes, I was.
Because then you saw that they were doing the agitation without police harassment. They were Sunday Boho and his thousands of supporters were going from one state to another state in Yoruba land, and they were not disturbed. I think one time a policeman shot one girl in Lagos, and that policeman was arrested, and even the family of that little girl was compensated. Then look at what happened in Igbo land when Nnamdi Kanu and his groups were, going around with flags and flyers. What happened to them? How did Nigerian police and DSS and the army treat them? Compare the way they treated Sunday Igboho and his people, and then tell me why should you ask why Igbos are not doing this and that. Igbo scenario is different from Nigeria, from other people. Igbos are, people that are facing. You might not like it, but I'm an Igbo man, but we are facing a very terrible situation in Nigeria as an Igbo people. The way a Yoruba man, the way an Hausa man, even the way an Ijaw man is treated is not the same way an Igbo man is treated. Look at Asari Dakobo. Asari Dakobo is parading himself. Asari Dakobo has his own militia. He's not hiding it. Asari Dakobo with his men are going everywhere with their guns. Yet Asari Dakobo is walking freely in Nigeria. Why? Nnamdi Kanu, they are accusing him of only citing violence on radio. He's still languishing in DSS dungeon 5 years after he was kidnapped from what they call from Kenya. My sister, any Igbo man who is telling you that Nigeria is not against Igbo people, that person is living in denial. That person is living in denial. Even our prominent professor Chichena Achebe said it. Nigeria has an Igbo problem. It is an obvious on our faces. Very obvious on our faces. Look at Yoruba groups writing, telling you, they want to separate. Nobody's arresting them. Recently, a Yoruba professor came on one of the media, was telling that Nigeria, he was talking, in fact, a lot of names he called Nigeria on national television. Nobody has arrested him. Imagine an Igbo professor doing that. That he will be arrested from that, for away from that radio station. My sister, Nigeria, we have to renegotiate Nigeria. We have to redefine Nigeria. For everybody to enjoy Nigeria, we have to sit down and discuss the way out. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you for calling. Hello. Good evening. How are you? Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome. Please, what's your name?
Yeah, my name is Mr. Ziko, calling from Janiki.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, you see, this Nigeria nation is a very complex nation because of the issues that arise from our existence. Now, it has been on for a very long time, and it was a mistake we made where we have compared to live together as one. If not, by nature, look at it now, from Kwara, River Benue, here to the north, is one country. From River Benue to River Niger, it's one country. River Niger to the other side, it's one country. I think the reason why God give us these three countries together, and then separately, we have to force all together as one. It's all one. God used river to divide the country as three nations. So we should go by that nation, by those three rivers. And let us everybody pass their ways. Because you can't live like this now. This is not nonsense. How can somebody just come out from somewhere to carry gun to kill everybody at random and go away scot-free? And that will happen. And you are telling me we're one country? Which country is that? We are tired of all this rubbish. God should put an end to all this Israel killing everywhere. And we are benefiting. Fingers have been pointed to people up to now, nothing have been done.
True.
What are they saying? Good night.
Good night, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much for calling. 08036929933. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Esther, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome to the program. Happy
Good evening, Mr. Tony.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Gustav. I'm calling you from Apa.
You're calling from Apapa? Hello? Hello?
Esther number 1, please.
Sir, I
the
think
Kremlin.
your
Please don't
network.
bring such
Hello?
into the national radio again.
Who are you talking about,
I beg
please?
of you.
Who are you talking about?
He is able to this.
I can't hear what he's saying. He's breaking. Sir, hello. Can you come down and speak?
I'm with you. I'm hearing you.
Yes, what did you say? You're breaking. You're breaking your network.
I said, man, you brought on your show yesterday, the one that came. Please don't bring such this kind of program next time.
Which man are you referring to, sir?
It's not suitable to this kind of program.
What man are you referring to, sir?
Bias are so deceitful with his
Okay, Oga, you know what? Instead of calling on WhatsApp, call on the normal line, because I really want to understand the reason why you think I shouldn't bring a guest, and why you think because a guest opinion doesn't resonate with yours, then that means he should be cancelled. It doesn't work like that. Okay, you don't call and just demand and say don't bring such
It's
a person.
an order. He's giving an order.
You don't do that. You need to tell me why. What are the things he said that doesn't align with your own orientation? We must not all have the same orientation. We educate ourselves here. So if somebody has a different orientation about something, your job is to correct the person and say, no, the facts you're reading out is distorted. Not to call the radio station, command me not to bring somebody here that the person is deceitful because the person's line of thoughts differs from yours. It's literally not civil. Thank you very much. But call back on the normal line. Your number is actually, the WhatsApp is breaking, so call on normal line. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. Victoria, right?
Esther, good
Welcome.
evening.
Good evening. Wow, so her voice is so calm and soothing. Happy Independence Day, Victoria. How are you?
I've been trying to reach you for ages.
Sorry, Victoria. Sorry.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you very much.
Esther, please. Every night I listen to your program. Hello?
I can hear you, ma. Go ahead.
Yeah. Nigeria's problem is not something we can talk. There's no solution. Yes, a lot of people that have called concerned the way Igbos are being treated. It's very glaring. Anybody that said it's not true is just pretending not to know. But we are all Nigerians, as they said. When you come to Nigeria, it's Igbos that are even, acting like one Nigeria. Anywhere they are, they build, they establish, they live as one. Or even with all this, they still are against Nigeria, against the Igbos. But it's a good thing that the Igbos are strong people and they just trust. That's why they survive it in Nigeria. But we'll keep going and keep praying. God will help. But God is not going to come down from heaven to help us. We, the people, will come together and make Nigeria great. And that is your gospel, Esther. I always hear you say, no, we are one Nigeria.
Yeah.
Nigeria will be great again. I like that. You always say that. I like it. Keep up the good job.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you for calling. All right.
Hello, Esther.
Hello, I can hear you, ma.
Please, I would like to talk with you privately, if you would permit me.
Is it possible for you to send your number to this WhatsApp? Send your number to this WhatsApp. 08.
Hello?
I can hear you, ma. I said send your number. Send your number to our WhatsApp line.
Privately.
Yes, send your number to our WhatsApp line if you can hear me. All right? Send your number to our WhatsApp line, please. Just send your number to the WhatsApp line. I'll contact you and then we can talk. Okay? Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Welcome, sir. What's your name, please?
My name is Dr. It is Esther. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Happy Independence Day to you, sir. Welcome.
I wish you your best of your independence.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I wasn't around all the while. The man in the studio happened to be a good friend.
Okay. Mr. Tony.
Yeah.
That's nice.
I just had an opportunity to listen to your program in the morning. And then around 12 o'clock to 3 p.m. today.
Yes.
My dear sister, the one thing in this life, truth, our people used to say that truth is always what? Bitter. But somebody can beat his chest and tell the truth. And I want to remind you, what cost the life of our Master Jesus Christ of Nazareth is life is truth. I hope you are aware. So, by his mercies and by his goodness, people like us, we beat our chest to tell you the hard truth as it may. Though that people may not like it, the truth must be told. Listen, I want to ask you a question, my dear sister. If I know you have a dad, right?
I have a dad.
And tomorrow, maybe if you have not married, or if you have married, is it in your daddy's right to tell you who will marry you, or you are the one to choose who to marry? Number one. And I believe that marriage is not forced.
Yeah, it is not forced.
Somebody willing to decide. So this one Nigeria of a pair that you people are preaching is giving me a headache.
Mr. Kulu.
Somebody like me. It's making me very, very sick.
Mr. Kulu.
Because I have not seen anything in life that show oneness in this matter, in this marriage. That pretend force us in by 1914 or something of that nature. So look at the speech of the man that called himself president of the nation. Look at his speech today. Like the man who called and said that the world watch the speeches he made today. How many countries in the world? This IPOB of a thing, if I'm not mistaken, IPOB is maybe 100 or 200 countries in the world. And no country in the world has tagged IPOB a terrorist organization, but it's Nigeria. And this man that called himself president of the nation opened his mouth today and said that IPOB, yes, they are a terrorist organization. What a crap.
All right.
What a crap.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for calling. Hello, good evening. How are you? Turn down the volume of your radio, please. All right. Hello, good evening. All right. Turn down the volume of your radio. Have you done that, or you stay away from your radio completely? Hello? Okay, I don't think he's paying attention to what I'm saying. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, how are you doing?
I'm fine, Happy Independence Day. Welcome.
Let us wish you happy Independence Day. Happy New Month.
Happy New Month. Today, Shah, is Nigeria's birthday.
God bless you.
Welcome. What's your name, sir?
My name is James. I'm sorry from Okoko.
All right, go ahead, sir.
So I want to talk something about that. Igbo people should go home and think about themselves.
Okay.
Do you know why?
Why?
Peterobi win election 2023. If you look at the reason why people will not rule this country, if you look at it now, Igbo people hands are inside. Some Igbo politicians have hands are inside. The reason why people will not rule. Even Nambi in a prison, if you look at it, Igbo people hands are inside. You should go home and think where.
Okay, I don't believe what you said, that Peterobi could not rule because of Igbo people. This is a very destructive narrative. Are we the INEC chairman that said there's glitch? Are we the judiciary that don't know the meaning of and? Don't accuse the Igbo man, please, sir.
People are working under that.
Not forget about it. Forget about
it. All right, thank you very much, sir, for calling. Thank you. 08036929933. 08036929933. Hello, how are you? Turn down the volume of your radio. Okay. Hello.
Good evening. Yes.
How are you?
Happy Independence Day anniversary.
Yay! Happy Independence Day.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Thanks for your good work. So,
Well done, sir. What's your name, please?
Emeka is my name. I'm calling from Uganda.
All right, Mr. Emeka, please go ahead.
What I want to say is that our president Tinubu have told 5 notable lies that will stand to haunt him all the days of his life. And the latest is this branding IPOB as a terrorist organization. I thank God that many people are reacting to it because it's worrisome. It's unfortunate. And those who are saying that Igbos are not part of Nigeria, they have good reason that they're saying that. Because how we are treated is very, very unfortunate. And things must just have to stop because I don't know where Nigeria is heading to in the hands of this APC government. From Buhari to Tinubu, Nigeria has never had it so ugly, so bad. So may God help all of us in Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen. Thank you very much for calling. 08036929933. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, I am fine. How are you doing?
I'm fine, sir. Good evening. Happy New Month. Happy Independence Day.
Happy New Month, Father.
Good evening. Please, what's your name?
My name is Stephen.
Your name is?
Stephen.
I am Stephen by name.
All right.
Yes.
Location, Stephen.
I'm calling you from Kenya.
All right, Stephen. Please go ahead.
I want to talk about this. I want to talk of Mr. Peterobi.
All right. Please go ahead, sir.
Yes. See, I would hardly advise Peterobi to abandon the Labour Party and come to PDP.
Long.
I have my reason.
Okay.
Yes. Let Peterobi come to PDP and deputize Goodluck Jonathan. There is a reason for saying this.
Okay.
You see, there should be, let us have a level of understanding between ourselves. This thing called major strikes in Nigeria here is beginning to affect us in Nigeria generally. This Nigeria is not meant for Yoruba, Hausa, or Igbo. It's meant for Nigeria. We are the Nigeria. At least we also have the voice, and our voices also need to be heard.
Yeah.
Because this thing has become so dependent on these people, they use it as an opportunity to use it against the other Nigerians, which is affecting us physically, psychologically, mentally, it's affecting us, my dear. What we need right now is very simple. Very, very simple. If Yoruba man can love an Igbo man, an Igbo person can as well love, outside can also love. If these 3 people unite and love themselves and let that unity of love begin to grow, then Nigeria will begin to find place called love.
Absolutely.
You cannot see, you can't have people where you cannot find a good leader where there is hate.
Very true.
You cannot find a good leader where there are hate everywhere. Okay, let me just say, now, you can never see a Yoruba man talking good of an Igbo man. You can never see an Igbo man. I am coming. I cannot see an Igbo man talk good of a Yoruba man. And you cannot see an Hausa man talk good of any other Nigerian except their own. Why? This is happening because they see it as if they are the worst. They have the power and they are the major people he talks about. Where is it that is written that the majority only have the power over the minority? I know that majority, it is called the majority because they have the numbers. But where there is love, unity, and understanding, the same love can bring out the transparency later out of this.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. You've actually spoken a lot. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello, Esther.
Hi, good evening. Happy Independence Day. How are you?
Happy New Year, Esther. Good evening.
Say Happy New Year. Oh, okay. Happy New Year. Good evening. How are you?
It's been a while. Let me say hi to Mr. Tony Mbata, the Lone Ranger today. Good evening, Mr. Tony Mbata. How are you today, sir?
I'm fine today, sir.
Is he responding?
Yes, I say I'm fine today, sir.
It's fine.
Okay.
Yes.
Esther.
Sir.
Esther.
Sir.
According to Barrister Darlington. Esther, it's been a while. Esther, let me start by saying that I don't know how you're going to do it or how VOP is going to do it. But our WhatsApp line should begin to go because we are going into election season very soon. And myself and others who love this country, we are going to be making constant contribution. Nigeria must get better by the grace of God.
Amen.
Those who don't love this country, they must leave this country for some of us that want this country to succeed.
Amen.
From where the last caller was talking from, maybe he didn't put his words very well. In fact, he was driving towards where I wanted to come from. The government is trying to paint a narrative where we are going to hate ourselves. Igbos versus Yoruba. There is nothing like the Igbos versus anybody, or the Yorubas versus anybody, or the Hausas versus anybody in this country. Because when they gather together in the House of Assembly there, they share this nation's money. They don't discuss whether they are from any tribe or anywhere. They all buy the same SUVs for 200 million naira each for themselves. Look at how they conspired against Senator Natasha. That is what they do in that National Assembly. That is what the government does. So they try to make sure the people are not united because they understand that a people united can never be defeated. Nigerians must wake up. Forget about the few of them that will call this radio station and be supporting the government because they are getting something from the government. The hoi pollois, the less privileged in this country, where we all belong, those who are buying petrol, those who are buying, rice that Esther called it the other time, those who are buying onions, those who are paying transport, we are united by suffering. So we must come together, forget about all these things they are trying to do with us. We must take our country back from them. That is the only way forward. So I urge Nigerians to be united. Forget about the president's speech today. We know those speech, they are nothing but, I don't want to use the wrong word this evening, but they are not reality. So Nigerians get united, forget about them, must take our country back in 2027. Amen. Good evening, Esther.
Good evening, Jova. Good evening. Thank you so much for calling. That was aptly put. I'll take a few messages because it's time for us to wrap up. Good evening, Esther, Mr. Tony Mbata, Solomon Asika from Mushin. The president should have abandoned the Independence Day speech the way they abandoned the parade. Why all these lies all the time? If not for any other thing, APC have sowed hatred, nepotism, ethnic, tribal, religious, and tribal bigotry, and these leaders keep recycling themselves into power and continue in mismanaging our commonwealth. And these leaders are always from two sections of this country, denying other ethnic groups from partaking in the country's leadership. Interesting. Good evening, Esther, Sister Esther, Mr. Tony. Imagine Tinubu calling IPOB terrorists. It's laughable. He has just exhibited the hatred that he has. Okay. Good evening, good day, VOP. Good evening to you. The major problem of Nigeria today is the judiciary, not the legislature and executive. I said this because out of the three arms of government, the most powerful arm ought to be the judiciary, whose heads are referred to as lords. A lord has the power of life and death in their arms, and he is not partial. This is the reason why the statue or image put in front of high courts with sword in her hand is blindfolded, so that the decisions taken is not partial, but that the sword that killed even the mother or relation of the judge referred to as my lord in court of law. However, in this democracy, the judiciary refuses to judge rightly and is seen as very biased and afraid of those at arms of government that ought to be afraid of the judiciary. If the judiciary should be honest and truthful in adjudication in its decisions in this country as to give confidence to citizens, those in the executives and legislature shall sit up and do the right thing. Ken from Lagos. Good evening, Ken. Good evening, Esther. I'm a young man of 49. I have been in Lagos all my life, and I can conclude that Nigeria is living off the strength of we the Igbos. That's why they don't want us to go. But I guarantee you today, by their own hands, just like the Egyptians of old, Igbos will be free. I know you know in your mind that Nigeria will never preach that love from now to eternity. It does not change the fact that you can't give what you don't have. Don Joe from Ijesha. Don't you? Let's be positive. Good evening, dear Esther and your honorable guest. Your caller is right. Marriage is not by force. I'm a Yoruba man and I am in support of Nigeria splitting up. God bless us all. Amen. Tunji from Agokota. Good evening. Tinubu is afraid to crush the terrorists because of the 2027 general election, and he believes it will affect him to come back for second term. Lear from Lagos. Good evening, VOP. My name is No Big Man in bus stop today in my street. I'm asking some people how old is Nigeria. So many of them do not know because Nigeria is not doing well. To them, they are on their own. All right, I believe Indibo will be wise enough to understand that Tinubu has directly declared war against Indibo during his independent broadcast by calling IPOB an ASN terrorist organization whilst not mentioning Boko Haram, ISWAP bandits as terrorists. Ugo from Alimosho. The president actually did. He actually commended the security operatives for combating bandits and terrorists in the north. But did he call Boko Haram? Trying to recall. But he said bandits and terrorists in the north, yes. But he wasn't specific with name tagging them. He didn't call their names.
He will not.
VOP, Esther, and forever prolific Tony Mbata. Granted, all you said about us is true as a country. How can we change the narrative so we can get the country back running? Or do we wait for our heroes past to resurrect before righting the wrongs? Who will build the cart when both judiciary, legislative arms, who would have championed the change process, have been captured and swallowed by the executive and Tony Aneli from Ijagemo? Good evening, VOP, and good people of Nigeria. Kenna from Corridor. I can say with great responsibility that Nigeria is not one with reason. How could the president address Nigeria today, independence, without talking about insecurity, bandits and terrorists brandishing AK-47 and 49 in the north? I'm very sure if it was Southeast that is seen with just one AK-47, the whole world will know about it. How can the president be silent about that? It goes to show that the APC's government, about what the APC government is all about. I was waiting that today as a nation, being that we're celebrating today, would have been a day to give serious order. Instead, he was still talking about IPOB, keeping blind eyes over the north and its killer terrorists. God save Nigeria. VOP, Esther, good evening. Please, Ohaneze Indibo is a club of elderly people from Southeast region. They're not representing all the Igbo people. Victor from Ago. Esther, can I ask you a question? Can't IPOB sue the president to court for calling them terrorists? Victor from Ago, can IPOB sue the court? Can IPOB sue the president?
If IPOB is duly registered, they can sue. After all, they are taking show for calling president criminal. DSS.
Okay. Good evening, European Mr. Tony, for his comments of unity. We should be trying to unite ourselves. Little group of people dividing us for their selfish interests. For Nigeria, there is a spiritual problem, whether we believe it or not. I'm calling on Mr. Mbata, Mr. Ekunda, and some other people. Let's come together and take steps. Things like this happened in America some years back, and some people came together and took steps. They call them the founding fathers. Unifadi. Good evening, Esther. You are the best in moderating the analyst. Thank you. Mr. Mbata makes a lot of points in his analysis, but my problem with him is that he feels only Obi can be a good leader, and that is not right. Let us unite, work together, and remove APC from government because they have failed Nigerians. Obi Atiku needs to work together to rescue Nigeria, or Tinubu will remain and suffer Nigerians after his tenure. I'll do Dokwemu. Mr. Mbata, I like your analysis. May God bless you. And Don Mathido. Okay, pastors like Adebayo protested against Goodluck Jonathan, and yet he says he's a man of God. Now, Tinubu is there now. He's not saying anything. I have stopped going to their church because of him. Well, go to church because of Christ. Go to church because of the word of God. Go to church to fellowship and be intimate with Christ. Do not go to church because of a man.
There's a many way to worship God.
Do you understand? That's it.
Somebody
just connect
can worship
with God.
anyway.
Connect with God. Fellowship with Christ. Let your soul be one with him. Okay? Good evening, Esther, Mr. Mbata. Our president, in his independence speech, said the world is witnessing our progress. But Nigerian masses feel that opposite. I'm crying for the masses. Happy independence celebrations. Stephen Akimbisola from Ijegun, Lagos. Good evening, Esther and Mr. Tony Mbata and Mr. Ekundaya. Mr. Ekundaya is not here today. I pity Nigerians. I mean the poor Nigerians. Nigeria is finished under APC government. They're milking the country dry and we're just looking helplessly. May God help us. Emeka from Okoko Maiko. Good evening, Esther, Mr. Antonio Mbata. President's speech is not for the streets, civil servants, farmers or business operations. Maybe it's for party loyalists and fellow politicians from Chief Udo. Good evening, VOP. My name is Gabriel from Ikorodu. Mr. Mbata said that he does not believe that Nigeria is a jungle, but unfortunately, the description he gave was clearly what a jungle is. A jungle is where you have one country but two constitutions. It's a place where there are places to situate seaports to ease the suffering of certain people from certain ethnic divide, but will never do it. It is where there is marginalization, where the doctrine of meritocracy in governance is undermined, where terrorists sack soldiers from their barracks and the soldiers turn their weapons against protesters and agitators. It is where who a strong politician is determined by how much you can steal from the government treasury, and a master strategist is he who can manipulate his way by every means into the political office. It's a place where terrorists and bandits will be killing tens of citizens, and the president of the country will fly out even when he returns to the country. Will never make reference to that. If jungle is what it really means, I want to know how Nigeria is not a jungle. Good evening, VOP office. Good evening, VOPs. Mr. Tony Mbata, you're on fire. Great analysis. Esther, please help me tell Mr. Tony to pronounce that Agboro again.
Agboro.
Andy from
Agboro. Owoda.
You don't. Why you equalize the name? I don't have much to say than to say rest in peace to Arise News anchor Samto Chukwu and the entire crew in Arise News. Onoha Michael from Greenfield Estate, Agor, Okota, Lagos. Thank you, Onoha. Esther, the reason APC is worried about the party Peterobi belongs to is because they want to install their agents to cause problem in whichever party he belongs to. Azubike from Ijegum. Top of the evening to you, Esther, Mr. Tony Mbata and VP family. Mr. Tony Mbata, yesterday you were right when you mentioned so many things that has gone wrong during the APC's 10 years tenure. But today, I disagree with you. Firstly, why don't Igbo leaders take their case to UN as was done by the Yorubas? I put it to you that Igbos are after personal gain from any person in power. Most of the attack against Nnamdi Kanu came from the Eastern leaders than outsiders. OBJ is part of the problems we're facing starting from where he was military head of state. I bring to your knowledge the Operation Feed the Nation. Do you remember how OBJ removed 3 Senate presidents of Igbo extraction? OBJ used Rebadu, EFCC to witch hunt governors, anyone that crosses his path. Then have you forgotten bags of Ghana must go in the floor of the National Assembly for third term debacle? On Saraki, everyone knows how he became Senate president and worked against the ruling party, one leg in PDP, another in APC. Didai from Yanupaja. Nigeria is bleeding. I have a dream of helping people. I'm seriously sick with ulcer due to lack of food and skin disease due to insect bite. No money for medication. I'm really suffering. A lot of things are happening right now in my life for a long time now. I know what to do. Okay. All right. Send a message here. Send your phone number here. Okay. Good evening, Esther and Mr. Tony. Yes, Nigeria needs deliverance. If the president was American, he had made this statement. He does not believe in this country. He can never become the president. It can only happen in Nigeria. John from Kirikiri Town. Good evening, Esther and Mr. Tony. My name is Adewale from Oshodi. Hope all Nigerian citizens can now see that this current administration has totally failed. Just imagine the independent broadcast of the president, which the whole world was watching and listening to him. Instead of the president to ask for international help due to insecurity and poverty, Baba is saying another thing. On the front of Indigo Group, President Tinubu is labeling IPOB and ESN as terrorist group, and all elite of Indigo kept quiet, silent. My concern is that why APC administration since 2015 are giving terrorist group amnesty in the first place and fixing them with Nigerian security. So APC are the ones causing hardship, poverty and disaster in this country. APC are now weaponized hunger, poverty and sorrow in the lives of Nigerians, citizens because of election. Where are we going if this government mistakenly come into office in 2027? Nigeria is in big problem. Good evening, Esther. Good evening to you, Mr. Tony. My name is Emmanuel Hope Discovery. I think the prayers of Nigerians have been answered. It is high time we start asking questions about this terrorists. I think if we investigate more about what they really need for Nigerians to have peace of mind, it will make more sense rather than calling them names that wouldn't make any difference. Let us pick the courage to ask them what their grievances are. Since the government seems friendly to them, let's support what their ideas are as long as it's a positive one. Do you know Nigerians could use those bandits to negotiate with the government of the day to do what the Nigerian people want? We could use them to tell the government to make electronics device voting compulsory. Through that way, Nigerians will make the right decision during the election period. Mr. Tony Mbata, what's your final take?
My final take is that Nigerians should not give up the hope.
Okay.
And if you're a leader, be a leader. Let us answer Nigeria if we are one Nigeria. But the Igbos, we should not lose hope. There was a time the state of Israel In fact, they were nowhere to be found. But today, the whole world depends on them. And my brother Yorubas and Hausas, we are one. Let us make this country great again.
All right. Thank you so much. God bless you, Mr. Tony Mbata, for being here today. To the rest of you who sent messages on calls and we couldn't take it, we sincerely apologize. Happy Independence Day to you, Nigeria. We can do better as a nation. Please help your neighbor. If you know anyone that needs help, please help. I think it's in our hands to take care of ourselves if we cannot trust the government that we voted into power to help us. The government that we voted into power should please remember that they are there because the Nigerian people put them there. They didn't put themselves there by themselves. And whatever you do now, if you do well, it will reflect in future. If you do wrong, there are consequences for actions taken. Please, let's remember that we serve the interests of the people and it should be your priority, not anything personal. My name is Esther Wachuku. Follow me on Estic Media, ESTIQMEDIA on YouTube, Esther Waz on Instagram, ESTANWAZ, and Esther Wachuku on Facebook. And Tony Mbata,
Chima Mbata, Facebook.
All right, across all social media platforms, VOP 903 FM. Good evening and see you tomorrow.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society.
At VOP 90.3 FM.
VOP 90.3 FM night show is back. Who no go no? Outings on the beat. Who no must hear?
With the unspoken truth. Oh yeah, now you have a voice as your long-anticipated radio nighttime show from your super dial, Voice of the People 90.3 FM, is back like never before with Diola, your radio nighttime partner, as your host, as we bring you amazing content on
societal affairs like Which Way Nigeria, relationship talks, the Guess Who show, and the thing will concern you, which is strictly a pidgin show made just for you.
Also, not forgetting our new release Friday night show titled Bedu with the Boss Brain.
Bedu with the Boss Brain.
Where entertainment meets apropos. It is indeed your music request time at its finest.
Tune in and join Deola, your radio nighttime partner, every weekdays from Tuesdays to Fridays at 9:30 p.m. starting from 1st of July 2025. Make every word for lecture. I beg for safety.
Longest, who no go no. Outings on the